Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you're all doing good. In today's video, I want to talk about normal arena defenses because I've been getting a lot of requests to go over some normal arena defenses and like go over the best ones that I run and all that kind of stuff. And it's kind of funny because a lot of my defenses involve most of the same heroes. Like it's basically a core of 3 heroes, and then I have 2 slots that are flexible where I can, you know, change them to whatever situation I find myself in. So I guess I'm just going to kind of go over that and talk about all the different variations of the team and everything, depending on whether you're pay to win or free to play. There's something for everyone with these heroes. So as long as you have these 3 heroes, you can run an extremely strong defensive team in normal arena. So let me pull up normal arena. I'll be right back. Alright, so these 3 core heroes are going to be the base of your defense for normal arena, and it's Niru, Bonnie, and Siren. And the reason they work so well together is because they just all synergize super well. So how do they synergize? Well, Bonnie's going to target the rearmost hero, and on this map, all the enemy heroes are nice and tightly grouped up. So when Bonnie targets that rearmost hero, Siren's going to cast his Arcane Barrage, which is going to be another source of magic damage, which will put another stack of the aging debuff on the enemy team, and he throws his Arcane Barrage at the most grouped up heroes. So it's pretty much the whole enemy team's going to get hit by that Arcane Barrage, and you don't have to worry about it taking a little bit longer for Bonnie to get the extra aging debuff. And then on top of that, Niru is going to hit everybody with his normal attacks, and he's a magic damage dealer, so it's just another really quick way to get an aging debuff stack onto the enemy team. And all you have to do is get 2 stacks of that to unlock the dot damage, and then it starts to spread to everyone. And then also when you kill that hero, it spreads to more enemies, and before you know it, the whole enemy team has the dot damage from Bonnie, and it's a lot of damage pressure. The other cool thing about how these heroes synergize is you always want to make sure your Siren can get his ultimate off. And what do you do if the enemy team's using a Lily May? Well, Niru is going to bait the Lily May ultimate out, and that allows your Siren to freely do his active when he gets to it. So a lot of times you run into a problem when you're using Siren because the enemy team's using a Lily May, it blocks his first ultimate, and then he doesn't have time to get to his second one because he'll probably have died by then. He's usually a pretty squishy hero. But then yeah, you have these 2 slots here to basically adjust your team to whatever situation you find yourself in, whether you're on offense or defense, honestly. But the cool thing is you can just, like, all throughout the day, if you really wanted to, you could swap in 2 different heroes to change up the way your team works and keep your opponents on their toes. So one way you could do it is if you want to have a really tanky version of this team, you could run Callan and Ludovic. So you guys have seen just how strong or just how well these guys can protect your squishier heroes, and this can be a very, very good defense in normal arena. Let's say you don't have Callan, you could just run Thorin in his place. So you would connect Thorin to Siren, and this will do almost the same thing, but not as much. However, you will get more damage from the Thorin. So the Thorin has the possibility of like nuking down a couple heroes with his ultimate if he's taking a lot of damage during the charge phase. So yeah, Thorin can be a really good option. Even Daemon could be a good option here. And the cool thing about using a hero like Daemon with a Niru on the team is Niru's going to boost up his magic and physical defense by 60%, and that's just going to make him super tanky compared to everyone else. And I've seen Daemon solo teams like 1v4, 1v3. I think even I've seen it do 1v5. Sometimes he's just like impossible to kill, and then Stitchy can do insane damage when it comes down to it. So this can be another really good option. You could also go with extra dot damage and use Citrana on the team. So you could have Niru, Bonnie, Siren, Ludovic, Citrana. You could go take Ludovic out and go Igor, Citrana and do like a stall team. Or if you have Athalia, you could go Igor, Athalia in this situation. You can do a lot of things. You can take out the Athalia, the Igor. You could put in Lily May and Ludovic, so you have some survivability through Ludovic's healing, and you're able to block any scary ultimates that the enemy team might be doing. Let's say you're facing a Cryanaya team, and the dot damage from the Bonnie just needs a little bit more time to kill the Cryanaya. Well, your Lily May can block that Cryanaya active and allow the dot damage to kill the Cryanaya before she can get to the second ultimate. So yeah, there's just a lot of different variations. One of my favorite that has come recently to the game is using Thedor in front of Siren, because well, Thedor's the newest hero, but he feeds 350 energy to Siren, gives him basically an instant ultimate, and you don't have to worry about Lily May blocking it, because the Lily May will block the Niru, and then the Siren, you know, pulls everyone in. He's doing tons of damage himself. The Dark Moon comes out, lowers the enemy's physical and magical defense, and that allows Bonnie's dot damage to do even more. And yeah, you have so many options with this team, or this core of heroes. You could even do something like, you could take Bonnie out if you really wanted to, and you could swap in Shamira. You could put Damon in there, because that would be really strong, and then also Ludovic. So this would be a really strong team, and you're still using almost the same core of heroes, but you're I'd probably do something like this if I was going to run this. So you don't have Bonnie, but you're replacing your damage dealer with Shamira, and this is another really good team, because once again, Niru can block the ultimate, or bait the Lily May's ultimate block. That allows your Shamira and your Siren to guarantee that they get their ultimates off. Also, when Niru heals up the Shamira and the Daemon, they're both going to get the magic and physical defense bonus, so it just turns your team into a really strong team. You could also throw the twins on this team if you wanted to, so you could move Niru over there, take the Ludovic out, and put the twins in. Let me just find my twins wherever they are. Yeah, there they are. So yeah, I'd do something like this and see how this plays. I would have the blue-haired twin here and the pink-haired twin down here. Do I have? No, I don't have Ludovic on here. But yeah, I'd do something like this if I was going to try this team. And yeah, let's see, what else could we do? Oh, I almost forgot. I wanted to point out that when you're using the Niru, Bonnie, Shamira, or not Shamira, Niru, Bonnie, Siren team, you can also deal with Dunlinger teams. So if you run something like this, you could deal with the Dunlinger team, because what's going to happen here is all the dot damage is going to put the pressure on, and you're not reliant on your ultimates. And by the time the bell goes away, Siren will get to do an ultimate eventually, but the dot damage from the Bonnie and the Citrana is just going to be extremely hard for a Dunlinger team to deal with, because like I said, they're only going to be able to do one ultimate themselves also. And you could find a way to run Lily May on this team if you wanted to. You could do something like that, because if the enemy team is running Dunlinger, only one of their heroes can do an ultimate. So having Lily May on your team versus Dunlinger is extremely helpful and can be really good. So yeah, anyway, I just wanted to talk about this trio of heroes and stuff. I've done other videos on them talking about how good they are, but they're also just so versatile and can really succeed in almost any situation depending on the heroes that you pair with them. So yeah, just having the knowledge of knowing which ones to use and which ones to set can be really good. It all depends on what your server is experiencing, what the meta is like, and all that kind of stuff, because every server has a little bit of a different meta, and you kind of have to just, you know, play to your server's whatever your opponents are doing. So anyway, now I want to show you guys another really cool team that I was just messing around with today, because it does some cool things. So let me go pull this up. I'll be right back. Okay, so our opponent here is going to be Unchained, and they're not like super Paragon heavy, but they do have 2 P3s, a P1, a P2, and a Supreme Plus Celestial, so that also has a little bit of an intimidation and inspiration stats. However, the reason I'm choosing to fight Unchained is because I'm using some Paragon 1 heroes and P2 heroes and things like that, and basically I have 1 Paragon level advantage against this team, so it's pretty even and a decent team for me to test against. And I just want to show you guys this Faramore team because it's really satisfying to use. So what we're doing here is running Thedor, Faramore, Siren, Rowan, and Aaron. Now, I would run Lily May in Aaron's place, but since the enemy team has a Lily May, I'm going to have Aaron on the team to bait out the Lily May's ultimate block. And since Faramore starts with 300 energy, and Thedor is going to feed him another 350, that's going to put him over the 600 energy threshold, which will then allow Rowan to feed him the energy pot. And all Faramore has to do is walk forward and do his ultimate, and then you'll see just total destruction. So let's go ahead and hit battle, and then I'll also show you this team fighting against a Paragon disadvantage, or with a Paragon disadvantage, and it'll be on the friends list. So, but look at that, he gets his ultimate, and it's just like total destruction. Siren's gonna do his ultimate, pull the other heroes in, and as they get pulled into the Faramore's sword, they just die instantly, and it's pretty crazy. So yeah, I really like this team a lot, and I kind of want to try this on defense. If you want to try this on defense, make sure you run it on map 3. And yeah, actually, I'll just do this right now. I'll save the formation, and then we could do how do I share it? Oh wait, no, I don't want to do that. I'll put the team ID up on the screen for you guys. Anyway, let's go to my friends list and let's fight a team with a Paragon. So we have a Paragon disadvantage, and you can see that this is pretty good. So anyway, let me pull my friends list up. So we got Swampy Tough here. He's running a Baelran team, and you guys have seen Baelran's Mauler team is pretty strong. This is Supreme Arena rules, so keep that in mind, but you just saw this team succeed really well in normal arena, so you could also use this in Supreme Arena too. It just depends on the map and all that stuff, because there is a little bit that has to do with positioning and things, because you also have to keep in mind, if you have too much of a Paragon disadvantage, the energy that's fed to the Faramore isn't going to be enough to trigger the Rowan's energy feed. And if that's the case, you have to make sure your Rowan is far enough away from Siren that he doesn't take the energy pot from Faramore. So anyway, let's go ahead and hit battle and see how this plays out for us. We do have Confining spell on, so we could switch the artifact and possibly have better success. But we'll do that if we lose. Anyway, here's our Faramore active. It's going to just destroy, and as Siren pulls everyone in, it just destroys them all. I mean, that took seconds, and that was a Baelran team. Those Baelran teams are known to be very tanky and hard to deal with. So yeah, it's a pretty solid team. I really like this, and if you want to, if you don't have to deal with like an enemy Lily May, you could just swap Aaron in here and have even more success with pulling the enemy team in. Faramore doing his sword skill, and they're all grouped up in that same area, so they're all going to take tons and tons of true damage. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyway, I think that's going to be about it for today's video, guys. I just wanted to show you this team, and also talk about that Niru, Bonnie, Siren team that's just so versatile. And yeah, that's about it. So anyway, I got my loot bar link down below if you guys need cheap dragon crystals for the event tomorrow, and we've got Discord link down there too. And if you can, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. I really like brownness, yeah. It's yummy. I play games with y'all.